Hello, happy Earth Day. Welcome back to another wonderful episode of Painting at Home. I am Jean Moss. Today is in fact Earth Day, and so today I've decided to simply draw the Earth. And now as I've read two things about the Earth. Number one, it is in fact round, and it does go all the way around. So it's not flat, you cannot fall off of it, you are pulled into it. So that is number one. Number two, our Earth is deeply in trouble. So I've decided we're going to draw the Earth today, and we're going to give everything we can to the Earth on our painting, everything that the Earth needs to heal. So I've drawn out this perfect circle, and now I'm just drawing the little spaces of land on the Earth. What I've learned is that our world has, in fact, 7 continents. So I'm just drawing all of them. We've got our North America. We've got, and I'm just filling in with this beautiful green. Here we go, we're drawing this little bit down here. We've got then South America. So I'm just drawing in with very, very, very staccato strokes, right, with my marker. And I've chosen this wonderful marker, and the reason we're using marker today is because we want to really draw a nice bold world. So I'm just coloring in. So we have our North America, we've got our South America. We have another continent, it's called Europe. Europe is a wonderful continent. It is home to the King and Queen of England. So we're drawing our Earth today for the Earth's birthday. And that's what I believe Earth Day actually is. And if I read correctly, the Earth is 162 years old today. Isn't that exciting? Happy birthday to the Earth. This was the day the Earth was born. So we've got Europe, and then we also have another wonderful continent, and that is called Asia. And Europe and Asia are right next to each other from what I read. We have then Africa, which kind of connects, and then we also have another wonderful continent. It is called Australia. It is down here. Right? And then the rest of it is just water, it's ocean, right? And then we have Antarctica, and that completes all of our 7 continents. And then up here is what we would call the North Pole. Welcome everyone for joining us. Today is Earth Day. As I said before, the Earth is in fact round. It is also very sick. So what we need to do is heal our world on our painting today, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So I've already started outlining just the various parts of land on the Earth, and I've already drawn it out in a very perfect circle. So now we're going to jump right in, and we're going to color in the world. And then we're going to let it dry, and we're just going to start to add some things as what we think will heal our planet. And I invite all of you to send me some suggestions of what you think would heal the world today. I have a few ideas of my own. And today we are going to fix the planet with our painting. So I'm just going to grab my little brush, my little guy, and I've got some really rich blue. And I'm just going to throw in, and I might even throw in a little bit of purple just to give it a rich color. So we're just doing a general outline of color here, which is just wonderful, this lovely blue. And I'm being very careful because the Earth is quite frankly perfectly round. So we're going to just make sure we maintain a very sort of spherical structure. For those of you who don't know, a sphere is in fact the shape of what our planet looks like. And our planet is one of many planets. I learned so many things on Google today. It was so refreshing just to do a little bit of reading and just to learn so many wonderful things about our planet and how it requires so much care and attention. So I'm grabbing just that wonderful blue, and I'm just doing a little outline, and we're just coloring it in. So I'm going to go with my outline, and I'm just going to do a nice little broad stroke here. And we're just capturing the wonderful water. So I'm going to go all the way around with my blue just to make sure we've outlined, and then I'll go back with my big brush. Sometimes it's a really good idea just to make sure you get your lines nice and straight using a smaller brush. Now the world is a very easy thing to draw, and I invite all of you to draw whatever planet you'd like to draw at your own homes. I of course am drawing the Earth because it is the Earth's birthday. So we're just being very careful with our lines here. And then I'm going to go back with my bigger brush, and I will fill in. We'll do a little shading and start to think about what you think the world needs so many things from what I've read. We're going to look at ways to protect our fish, our water, our land, and most importantly, the air we breathe, right? That's very important. So we're just drawing in here. Wonderful. And what's wonderful is I can just kind of outline too my pieces of land, right? We have all of our pieces of land. Here we go. So we're just kind of carefully going around. And again, this is so easy to achieve. Drawing shapes, very doable in your own homes. I invite you to give it a try. I do. I literally drew this circle in less than 1 minute. Less than 1 minute is all it takes to explore shapes. So I'm just going around now, and I'm kind of going around these masses of land. These continents is what they're called. And we're just going to kind of go up and around. This has a little doodad that comes off the side, and then it'll meet on the other side. Isn't that amazing? But obviously, we cannot capture 3D on the paper, but that's okay. We can always use our imagination. And that's what's so wonderful about painting at home, is you can do whatever you really want to do. Wonderful. Now I'm going to jump in, everybody, and I'm going to pull out the big guns here just to kind of get things moving a little bit. We're going to pull out our big old brush, big old Jimmy here, and I'm just going to start to fill in. Look at that. And I'm just mixing a couple of very rich blues. And you can use the thinner side or the thicker side. Completely up to you. Completely up to you. Here we go. I had never seen a full picture of the world before. I was just delighted to see that it was round. I thought it might be, but I wasn't entirely sure. And I'm just coming around the edges here. We're just gonna fill in, look at that. And all of this blue, for those of you who are just tuning in who don't know, that is in fact our water. And this is, of course, planet Earth. That's what we're looking at today for what is known as Earth Day. Make sure you find your own ways to recognize Earth Day. Maybe it's, I don't know, eating a popsicle or making a popsicle, who knows. We're just filling in with this very beautiful, rich blue. So wonderful. I also read you can travel outside of Earth. This is what is called space travel. I was completely unaware that that is possible. Some people have even been so far as the moon. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Now, there is a little bit of an interruption because we have our little tape structure there, but that's okay. We're just going to go right around it, and you can do the exact same thing at home. We're just coloring in that wonderful rich water, and I'm just kind of going to go back here, just make that very, very blue. We're coming on just about to the end of filling in the earth, and then we're going to start to draw things on the outside of what we think the earth needs to heal. And I invite your suggestions, things that you're trying to heal the earth. I've been doing a little bit of reading, and one thing I always do to try to heal the earth is reuse. I've been reusing the same toilet paper for almost 8 years now. And I did not realize what a big impact that makes on our planet. Now you get to reuse whatever you want to, whatever you can. Maybe it's a bag. Maybe you're reusing a plastic hat. Who knows? Sometimes we use more plastic and we don't think about how it's affecting our planet. But the plastic, for those of you who don't know, often ends up in our oceans. And then it kills off wildlife. Who knew? And as we've explored before in our paintings, the kinds of things that live in the ocean, things like fish, things like plants, right? There we go. And there we have our beautiful planet. Look at that. Just gorgeous. And we've filled in the land masses. And so we're going to give that a moment to dry, everybody, just for a moment. Just for a moment. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my big brush again. We're going to give that a moment just to kind of set. We're going to draw around it. Now, I'm going to take a nice deep purple here. And I'm also going to use a little bit of black in this iridescence. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just draw space. But I'm using a very dim purple just to give that a little bit of contrast because we want the planet to be the star today. So I'm just drawing a little bit, using a little bit of that purple, a little bit of that black, and then that iridescent color. We're just going to sweep all the way across, just to fill in. I love this color. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure I don't get too much in the way of the planet, because we want the planet to be the star. And it's very, very light. This is just the color of what I believe outer space looks like. It's just a dim and a lightish purple. We're going to use a little bit more of that deep purple with black, and this bronzy iridescence is what's really capturing that very moody purple color. Now, we did explore, if you recall, the night sky. That was our abstract painting, for those of you who were watching that day. Remember, abstract just simply means non-real. Now, what we're doing here is a very real interpretation of what the planet looks like. Almost verbatim. There we go. So that's our one side. And let's just keep on with this. So I've got my purple, and I've got my wonderful black, and that iridescence, and we're just going to go all the way across. And once again, do make sure that your brush is not terribly moist, just moist enough. Just a little bit of damp will do the trick. Here we go. Look at that, how beautiful. And it is the most modest of purples, because we want to make sure that the purple doesn't take away from the planet. So we're going to go ahead, grab a little bit of that black and a little bit of that purple, and we're just drawing outer space and exploring wonderful planet Earth today. Now, for those of you just tuning in, the theme of our painting today, of course, for Earth Day is the Earth. And what we're going to do in this painting is we're going to heal the Earth. So I love your suggestions. Whatever you think will help with our Earth. Maybe you think it's an extra tree. Maybe it's less plastic. Maybe it's, just a big old hug. Here we go. Celebrate the Earth's birthday. We're just coming in a little bit of outer space, and I'm just about finished here, just getting this wonderful background. And what's so remarkable about outer space is everything is possible in outer space. There we go. So we have our wonderful planet Earth, and then we also have just an outer space. So we're going to let that kind of sit for a minute. And now I am going to jump into the fun part. So we've let our planet Earth just kind of dry a little bit. And now this is the fun part, because we're going to start to add things to it. So one thing that I think our Earth needs, I'm going to take a brown color. First thing I think it needs is just maybe a bandage. So we're going to draw a little bandage right here. Now, I like the Band-Aid brand, so I'm going to draw a Band-Aid right here. Look at this. And it's just a simple finger bandage. That's great. So there's a bandage, and then I'm going to draw just in the middle, that little strip. That's where the blood goes. We're just healing our Earth today. So first things first is to help heal the wound. That's wonderful. There's our little bandage. And I'm going to draw those little dots that you see sometimes on the bandage. And I'm using very simple, just a Crayola marker. And we're just doing little dots here. Very simple. Sometimes you can get bandages just with little shapes on them. Look around. Sometimes they're hearts, sometimes they're dinosaurs. Now I want to fill this in, so I'm going to go ahead and use this sort of camel colored brown. So this is very, very typical color for bandages. And we're just going to color in that little bandage. Look at that. But I'm going to leave the white strip. There we go. That's what I want to do. It's just wonderful. I'm going to come back in and just make sure we can see those little dots. There they are. So we've got a bandage. That is first things first. Help with the wound. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, because I'm just so inspired, and as you all know, I love a good tree, and I think the Earth just needs more trees, because one thing that tends to happen, the more we need, the more trees get cut down. So we're going to start to plant a tree, and one thing I'm going to do is, I cannot put it inside the Earth, but what I'm going to do is sort of, this is very interesting, symbolically put it on the planet to help heal our planet. Now I've come to a different marker. Now this is a thicker marker, and I'm just going to draw it right over here. Here's a tree. tree is an evergreen tree. I'm just going to start at the top, and then we're just going to gradually make it a little bit bigger, and I'm using the thicker side of my marker. And there's just one little evergreen tree. And how about we add another tree, because you can never have too many trees. Let's do that. Did you know trees provide oxygen? Now, as you know, I do love these little trees with the rounded tops. So I've used my brown, and I'm going to make a little rounded top now this time. This is a fluffier tree. Look at that. And we're just going to go ahead and color right in. So we've got a couple of trees. Look at that. What do you all think the earth needs? Maybe some bumblebees. Who knows? Something to think about. I'm going to draw another evergreen because I think this is a forest of evergreens over here. Look at that. Now, one thing I'm not going to add to my drawing is plastic, because if you know anything about the earth, it is that it doesn't particularly care for plastic. So instead, we're just going to stick with wood. The earth loves wood, and so do I. Oh, I love a good wood. Oh, do I ever. Here we go. We've got our little forest up here, and this will probably be my last little bit of trees. Look at that. That's wonderful. Now, I want to make sure this guy is not all by itself over here. So I'm going to draw a couple little rocks. There's our little rocks. And maybe just one more little tree right over here. You can draw as many trees as you want. It is up to you. But I want to make sure these trees have little friends. There we go. There we go. No tree should be alone. Look at that. Just wonderful. Okay. Now I think the next thing the earth needs is a big old hug. So what we're going to do is we're going to give the earth a hug, and I'm imagining arms just coming around the sides. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a darker marker, maybe a darker blue, just to blend in. And how about one arm here? This is our arm. And then hands. There we go. And it's got 5 fingers, but your hands can have as many fingers as you want. Completely up to you. So now what we're doing is we're giving the earth a little bit of a hug. Because I don't know about you, but something that always makes me feel better is in fact a hug. So here we go. We're just drawing a little plant. It's a very rare occasion to get a good hug around here, but when it happens, it is just wonderful. Just because there's just not that many people around where I am. Here we go. So we're just giving the earth a little bit of a hug. Here we go. That's one hand, and how about we come around the other side? There's one arm, and the other, and our little 3, 4, and 5. There we go. And this is a very simple technique. All you do is just color right in. These little markers make so much shade, and I'm just doing a very quick stroke. Very quick. Here we go. I just want to make sure that we see the details of this arm. Good. So now I'm finishing up on the fingers here. There we go. Give the earth a little bit of a hug. How about that? Look at that. That's just wonderful. So we've said it needs also less plastic. Now one thing we've done around here also with the purple air is that we really want to go ahead and keep it very clean. So we have our trees to make that happen. I think the next thing we need are probably some birds. Birds always make everyone a little bit happier. So why don't we grab, how about this darker marker right here? Very simple. And we're just going to draw a couple flocks of birds over here. And just more wildlife in general. Specifically different types of birds. Now these birds are so easy because all we're doing is making it look like they are flying. For those of you joining us, today we are healing the planet with our painting. It is in fact Earth Day. And Earth Day does rhyme with birthday. Just a couple more little flocks of birds here. There we go. maybe, oh, let's say a couple little flowers. Now I have some wonderful colors, and today we're using mostly marker. Now we did use some watercolors just to capture the paint. We gave it a Band-Aid, we gave it a hug, we gave it some trees and some birds. And the next thing we're going to do is give it some flowers. Because whenever I am sick, sometimes I go out and pick flowers. Or you can have someone bring them to you. Completely up to you. So we're going to draw a couple of flowers. Oh, and I think I'm going to draw just a very simple sort of daisy-shaped flower. And this is so easy. All you do is focus on the petals. So there's one flower. And it's so simple to do. Another way you can capture flowers, and this is such a wonderful new medium that I'm so excited to explore soon, stickers. Stickers sometimes already have the shapes. Look at that. And I'm going to just draw a few different kinds of flowers over here. I'm just coloring them in. It's a very simple technique. All you need to do is put it right back in the wrist. And how about, oh, a flower right here. And this one's going to disappear a little bit because I think this is a bouquet of flowers. Who knows? For those of you who don't know, bouquet just means a bunch of flowers. How nice. So we are healing our planet, giving it lots of things that will make it feel better. And how about one more down here? Look at that. We did draw flowers before. Remember my sister's birthday party, we drew some flowers. Now that was a different kind of flower. Those were very different kinds. These are just little daisies. And now what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to draw little stems. And how about we make the stems this wonderful green, which incidentally I used to draw our continents, because flowers often have green stems. So there's one, there's another. How about this one comes all the way down? And then this one comes all the way down there. And we're just going to draw our stems a little bit longer. And I think too, we should have probably a little bit of ribbon on our flowers. I just love ribbon. Sometimes I like to decorate my breakfast with a little bit of ribbon. Here we go. So we've got a wonderful ribbon. Here's a little ribbon there. And that's just going to come all the way down. And how about ribbon here? It's not quite my breakfast, but oh, it's pretty. There we go. So we've got flowers, we've got trees to heal the planet, we've got birds, we've got a Band-Aid, and we've got a hug. How about one more thing? And I'm thinking that thing with the beautiful red marker, you guessed it, is just love. So we're just going to draw a big old heart right in the center. Look at that. We're just healing our planet. Now hearts, for those of you who are not aware, hearts are how humans and other living things survive. So we're going to give the planet a heart, and then we're just going to draw some hearts on the outside. And this, in fact, is an accurate portrayal of what a real heart looks like. It's very simple to draw. So we're just going to draw a few all around, and this is so easy to do at home. I invite you to do your own little hearts at home. For Earth Day. Draw a couple up here just by the birds. Look at that. Oh, and how about one over here? Wonderful. And just a few more, finishing up just our sort of tribute to heal the planet. I'm loving these little hearts. They're very easy to do. We've got a hug, we've got our hearts. Just a couple bit more here. And then I've decided I'm going to add one final touch to my earth. Now you do whatever you want. You can draw as much as you want on your planet. It is your planet to draw. As long as you are always being kind to your planet. Isn't that right? So we've got our wonderful planet here. And I think the last thing I'm going to draw is some sort of hat. Because I think the earth could use just a little bit of fanciness. And I think the hat that I'm going to draw is going to be, oh, let's say with some paint. So I'm going to grab a little bit of black here. And I think this guy, oh, maybe is wearing a beret. We're just going to draw a little hat here. It's going to go up and around because berets are so fancy and so fun, and they often protect you. So there's our beret, and we're just going to draw that beret, and it's just going to come right on down, because why not? And you can draw whatever kind of hat you want to on your earth. Maybe it's a top hat, maybe it's a bolo hat, maybe it's a bowling hat. I'm going to grab my big old guy, and we're just going to finish this hat right off. I've got wonderful black color because my beret is black. I'm just going to fill that in. Look at that. Just a nice black, rich black. There we go. Let's just fill that right in, that beret. And maybe a little iridescence. Hope you all are having a wonderful Earth Day. Think about, what have you done today to celebrate our Earth? Here's my beret. Here we go. And one fun thing about berets, they also represent the artistic community. So, we're just going to make our Earth a creative little artist. Why not? Here's our beret. And to finish it off, our beret gets a little nubbin right at the top. Here we go. Oh, about right here. Let's zoom in and have a look at all the ways that we've healed our planet today. We have the bandage. We have some trees. We have birds. We've brought it some flowers, complete with ribbon. We've given it a hug, and we've given it love. And also a little bit of style. How about that? Remarkable planet Earth. It really is extraordinary, isn't it? I invite you all to take a moment today and think about what you can do for the Earth to make it feel better on any given day, not just on Earth Day. Tomorrow, the next day, maybe the next day, and every day after that. Think about what you can do to make our planet feel as better as possible. I hope you all have a wonderful Earth Day. Go enjoy a plant, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. This is Painting at Home, and I am Jean Moss.